Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today is Sunday, December 21st. We have a four-game slate for Fanduel today. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. Thank you for the likes recently. Like I said, it does not go unnoticed. And also hit that subscribe button. Still about 58% of you guys are not subscribed. So, if you guys could help us out, help yourself out, get some free lineup advice, we'd love to have you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We also are doing still pretty good in premium. 369.9 last night. Sorry I didn't do a video yesterday, but like I said, we're back at it here today. But 369.9, awesome score last night. Cunningham, Collier, Simons, Bain, Paulo Bancaro, Coward, Jackson, Almada, and then I think is it Sandro from Toronto. So yeah, really not bad. This would have came in the top 1% in most of the tournaments. In the like the 65 and the $100, it would have came probably like what, second or third. So really good night overall. Would love for you guys to come join us. And like I said, college basketball has been doing pretty good as well. 176 last night for us. Put in $7, 122.50, and these are subscribers, by the way. So would love to have you guys come join us. Only a $6 day pass or a $30 monthly pass. Like I said, less than a cup of coffee, and we're scoring pretty big numbers. So $6 is kind of a steal right now. So why not come join us? Twitter and our email will be down there in the comment section below. For Twitter, click that link right there. We'll take you right to us. Give us a follow, message us, and email. Like I said, just copy that email, and we'll get you guys all set up over there as well. So let's go dive into it. Let's go get into the Miami Heat and New York. 235 and a 7.5 by New York in this one. So for the most part, Miami is definitely injured. They have a lot of question marks and a lot of guys that are out in this one. So Davion Mitchell is still questionable. Did not play last one. Tyler Hero is out. So Kasparis is another guy that comes into play. Shot 13 times last time out. Pretty solid usage rate, rebounds, and assists. He is one of the taller guards out there. I think he's what, 6'5" or 6'6", somewhere around there. But don't quote me on that one. And but yeah, I mean, I saw him, like I said, play a little bit before, and and he's a pretty good player. So don't mind putting him in there. Norman Powell not in a bad spot. Small forward, shooting guards is one spot that New York does struggle. And with everyone being out, Powell's in a good spot. Yemi Yaquez played 36 minutes against Boston. Only got 25 points, but still a guy that's worth a look. Simon Fagiano could come into play in GPPs if that's someone you want to look at, but not the craziest upside. He's more of a shooter. But I think you got to look at where it's not the greatest matchup for him on paper here, but I think you still got to look at him. There's just a lot of guys are out right now. He's getting, two straight double doubles. Center position, they do give up 54% field goal percentage and 14 rebounds, so that is a good spot for Ware. Bam's not too bad of a spot, but I'll take the discount on Ware in this one. Moving over to that New York side, Miami's kind of a middle of the road defense on everything. Mitchell Robertson's one guy that kind of sticks out at 4,400. Only in playing tournaments for me, and I expect him to have a little bit of ownership in this one just because of what he did last game. But like I said, he's usually not going to get you 26 minutes. He's usually going to sit around 18 to 19, but still could be worth a look at 4,400 against a depleted Miami team. Towns as well at 8,900. I think he's worth a look, but I really have my eyes set on Ware here tonight. I mean, Towns still going to get you 40, 45. OG and Mikal Bridges, those guys are in really good spots. The one spot, I guess, that Miami does struggle is the three-point ball. And as you see here, 3.9 to shooting guards, 3-2, and then 2.9 to small forward, and then point guard, 3-2. So Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG, those guys all come into play. So really don't mind targeting that game at all. We're going to move on to Toronto and Brooklyn. We have a 215 and a 3.5. So this total actually went down 2 since I looked at it literally like 45 minutes ago. And for good reason. This isn't really that great of a game. There's a couple players that we can look at. On the Brooklyn defense, they do struggle against power forwards, 25.7 points given up, field goal percentage 53. Who's the power forward for Toronto? Yeah, you guessed it. It's going to be Scotty Barnes. 9,100, don't mind him. It's supposed to stay close on paper, so why not put him in there? And then also, we do have Jacob Hoytel. He is still questionable in this one. Let me go check the news. A little bit of news just came out real quick. Make sure I'm giving you guys the correct news. Listed questionable. Okay, so he's still questionable. If he is out, Colin Murray Boyles comes into play as the backup power forward / center. He played 22 minutes against Boston, 9.6 rebounds, 4 assists. I get, not a lot of people are really going to have this guy, but as I just mentioned, Brooklyn's really bad against power forwards, and this guy's $3,800, by the way. If he plays 21 to 24 minutes, if Sandro or somebody gets into foul trouble, guy's going to play 25, 25 minutes. Colin Murray Boyle's definitely worth a look in some GPPs for me. I think Ingram is an okay option, but I don't have a ton of exposure to him today. If anybody over here, I would look at probably Jamal Shead, like I said, he likes shooting the three ball a little bit, so he's limited on his minutes, but another guy that could get it done here tonight at 4,700. And quickly is worth a look, but kind of priced right where he should be. All right, on this Brooklyn side, I just don't really have a ton. It's a pretty low total. Let's go look at Toronto real quick. Point guard, they do struggle at, so Igor is a guy you can look at, but I don't know how much you really want to trust him. Terrence Mann comes into play in some GPPs. Toronto does struggle against the three ball at shooting guard, 3.3 given up, and Terrence Mann likes to shoot the three ball once in a while. So that's one guy that you can look at for Brooklyn. But for the most part, I just think these guys are kind of priced where they should be. Not really on Porter in this one. Clowney, his price came down a little bit, but that's guessing because he hasn't done great. He's been all right, but I don't know. I think Terrence Mann's really the one I look at. Maybe a little bit of Claxton and GPPs, but then move on from there. All right, Milwaukee in Minnesota is our next one. We have a 226 and 12.5 by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's go look at the Minnesota defense for you in this one. And they struggle a little bit against the point guard. Not bad against the field goal percentage. They're kind of middle of the road against 3-pointers. So they give up a couple, but not a ton. So as you see, Minnesota's pretty good defense. Small forward shooting guard, they're pretty good at as well. So it's hard to really target this Milwaukee side. If anybody, Kevin Porter, but do I really want to pay 8,800 for this dude in a 12.5 spread? I don't know. It could become a Brooklyn game where he just sucks, but also he could pop off in this game. So if anyone from Milwaukee, that's who I'm going to pick. Ryan Rollins is always worth a look, consideration. Portis' minutes are going to go down a little bit with Kyle Kuzma being back. I maybe Portis gets some ownership and it's a trap or something like that. We'll see, but not really into Milwaukee besides maybe Kevin Porter. On that Minnesota side, we've got point guards. Dante comes into play. Shooting guards. I mean, as you can see, they're terrible against the three-point ball. Against shooting guards, small forwards, and point guards. So Edwards comes into play. Dante comes into play. Bones Highland and GPPs comes into play. But his minutes are dwindling, so keep that one in mind. But yeah, Dante comes into play. But Dante always plays weird when Edwards is back. But Edwards got to be one of your top options of the night. 9,300. The only thing is, hopefully, it doesn't get out of control. But there's not too many good stars and good spots here tonight. Naz Reid's worth a consideration, and that's mostly it there in that one. All right, moving on to San Antonio and Washington. So this is the one that just broke with a ton of news as I was doing the video. So let me go see what we got going on. So we got Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is officially out. Kalabali is out. Alex Sarr is out. Cam Whitmore is out. And Marvin Bagley is questionable. Wow. Okay. So definitely makes this game interesting. Let's go look at the San Antonio defense. This should be a blowout, so I don't know how many starters I want in this one. Point guards is this one spot that San Antonio does struggle at. 3.4 points given up. 3-pointers given up. Assists 7.3 and 2.2 steals. So I don't mind looking at Bub Carrington in this one at 5,000 on the dot. Been playing half decent recently, so a guy you can look at only 5K, going to get you 24 to 27. Has the upside to get you 30, 33. So Carrington's not, like I said, not in the worst spot. Trey Johnson in deep GPPs comes into play only because of garbage time and he likes to shoot the ball. So Trey Johnson at 38. Like I said, I just don't want a ton of these guys, especially with it being a back to back. Like McCollum played 39 minutes. I mean, if they get blown out, they're not going to play him. So Trey Johnson, guys like Justin Champagnie definitely come into play with all these injuries at 4,800. Expect him to be chalk, but Trey Johnson's probably the one I would look at lower ownership out of these guys. Um, but yeah, Koulibaly, Sarr are both out. Bagley's questionable. So I mean, Bagley's out. You got Tristan. He's going to be one of the main guys to look at. It's not really the greatest matchup. Luke Cornett's still going to be starting though, so keep an eye on Washington. But yeah, whoever starts, I like Bagley or Tristan, and then Trey Johnson and Bub Carrington are definitely my top plays right there. Because those guys, most of those guys should get run in the fourth quarter in garbage time. All right, looking at the Spurs. So this is kind of the same thing I got going on. Victor's probably only going to play about 16, 17, maybe 18 minutes in this game. I don't expect a ton. I don't expect a ton from Luke Cornett. They don't really have a big over there right now for Washington besides Bagley, but not too worried about him. So it's kind of like who's going to play minutes off the bench, right? Keldon Johnson, he's more of their veteran, so he doesn't really get a lot of run in garbage time. Harrison Barnes doesn't get a lot of run in garbage time. I mean, Devin Vassell at 6,000, I really don't mind him. Washington's terrible at every single position, so he's been playing pretty good. The only thing I do want to spot on Devin Vassell is his minutes have been slightly down, so keep that one in mind the last two. Champagnie could be all right off the bench. I could see him playing 23, 24 minutes if this game's a blowout and he, can get you some half decent amount of points. Dylan Harper, another guy, but Champagnie's going to get probably more run in blowout than Harper is. Harper's more part of the main rotation. And Fox and Castle are this just kind of there. So that's kind of what we got going on today's slate. Really don't mind it. We got a couple good games, a couple interesting ones, but some guys in good spots. If you guys want to come join us for premium, why not come join us? $6 for for day pass, less than a cup of coffee, as we say all the time. $30 for a monthly pass, and like so, we do FanDuel and DraftKings, and those prices are for each sport separately. $369.9 last night for FanDuel. One of our subs, 31.72, so definitely not too bad for him. And like I said, college basketball as well. College basketball is going to be a $5 day pass for you guys and only a $20 monthly pass if you're interested in college basketball. So once again, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Twitter will be in the comment section below. Click that link. We'll take you right to our Twitter. Give us a follow, message us. And like I said, we have our email as well. Message us through our email. We'll get you guys all set up that way. And like I said, if you guys don't have Twitter, we can email the lineups through email you the lineups. We can get it through Twitter. We can give it to you through Discord. So however the way you guys need lineups, we can get it to you. So once again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys here in the next one.